Hello and welcome back to the World's Toughest Row Atlantic 2023. For our next arrival, we have for you Mr. Piet Botma. There he is coming in.
Let's go,
the Freedom Rower is coming into the finish line with absolute elation, knowing that this is it. Just a few more strokes and it will all be over. Absolutely wonderful. Thank you so much for joining us, everybody. We are live in English Harbour. Wow.
Come on, almost there.
We kept saying he's nearly there at the finish line, and he said, how many more strokes? And he's
You got it!
the relief. Look at the relief. It has been one tough since the start. Breathing heavily, coming into the harbour against the headwinds.
Woo! Thank you, guys. Yes.
Oh, well done, Piet.
Oh. I can't believe it's ended. Whoa.
I don't know if you heard that, but he just said, I can't believe it's ended. And what an ending. 45 days at sea. The time here in Antigua is coming up 4:20 in the morning. And the time kept changing for him. It was looking like 2 o'clock in the morning. Then it was looking like 6. He clearly dug his oars in to get here even quicker. Really lovely. A lot calmer out there today than what we've seen over the past few arrivals. He started rowing from La Gomera on the 13th of December 2023 and has arrived into Antigua 45 days later, Sunday the 28th of January 2024. He's been rowing in that boat on his own the whole way across. The Freedom Rower has arrived. 20th overall, 4th out of the 11 solo teams that we have in the race. Piet Botma took on the challenge with a smile, and when we met him out on the water, he was still smiling. He said he nearly ran out of smiles, but he saved a few just for us.
I did on Sundays.
Still standing strong though, look at that. 10 years ago, the seed was planted for Piet, and from there he built the courage and the campaign to make it happen, bringing him to this very moment right here. From South Africa, you can see the flag flying there, 39 years of age. Boat named Santiago, D12. You can see we've got 3 of these in the race. A consistent row from Piet. Here he goes.
Let's go, Pete! Yeah! Go, Pete! Let's go, Pete! Go, Pete! Well done, Pete! Well done, Pete! Well done! 3,000 miles, you done it! Well done, Pete! Great job! Go, Pete! Lovely job, Pete! What a finish, boys!
The Freedom Rower has arrived after 45 days rowing across the Atlantic Ocean, 3,000 miles. Can you believe it? You've done it. Nothing to say. Take it in. Oh, screams up from the fort. Do you recognize the scream?
Yeah, it's my brother's fiance. Obviously the wind's in this direction, so yeah.
He says it's his brother's fiance that's screaming up there on the fort. I don't know if you can hear any of that, but.
Oh, thanks guys, I'm just taking it in. Thank you.
It's a consistent row, as I said, from the Freedom rower, tracking a little more south than some of the other solos. He was making good progress, and then around halfway across, the slightly more northerly teams picked up better conditions and were able to forge ahead. A week into the initial fast, choppy and wet conditions, decent rest was a distant dream for him. He had a leak in the cabin and found himself lying in water. He reported back that it was more annoying than of any concern, and he struggled to eat the freeze-dried food at the beginning there as well. Not unusual, some of our rowers find the dehydrated food a little hard to digest. And then a week in, he experienced a knockdown which caused him to have to repack everything on board. But he soon got back into the swing of things, and with true grit and determination, he powered ahead. By the second week, his spirits had lifted, and he enjoyed peaceful moments when the sun came out, sitting back and just soaking it all in, proving to be the epitome of his slogan, "One row with a smile." His video diaries back home showed a calm, cheerful Piet taking the row in his stride. And then he had to spend some time, like many of our teams, on power anchor during the intense Christmas low pressure system. Rowing into the wind was a slog, and all efforts were then undone once the oars were put down, with the wind forcing him back again, hence going on to power anchor. So he used the time wisely, saved energy, and got some much needed rest. Then just before the new year, he found himself in second place in the solo class, and then into first place a few days later, leading the pack by 3 nautical miles. It appeared that the more southern route towards the trade winds was paying off, but only briefly, as then his 3 main competitors soon caught wind of the move that he'd made up the leaderboard and snatched back the first 3 solo positions. But in true Piet style, he calmly continued his journey with a smile, and we see him here now. He's just going to row the last little bit into Nelson's dockyard. How far is that, would you say, into Nelson's dockyard from here?
Right.
Just right. Skipper style, just right there. So you can see in the background we've got the masts, the super yacht mast. He's got to row himself into there. It won't take long, 5 minutes or so. We'll put on the holding screen, and we're going to join the Freedom rower as he steps onto land for the first time in 45 days. When I asked what he was most looking forward to, he said, stepping on to solid ground. We did inform him that that ground might not feel so solid for him initially, but it won't take long before he gets his land legs back. So stick around, hold tight. We'll see you in a bit to see Piet step onto land for the first time after 3,000 miles of ocean rowing. Hello and welcome back. World's Toughest Row Atlantic 2023 for the arrival of the Freedom Rower. 20th team to arrive, our 4th solo.
Last 50 meters beat. Early morning, Sunday morning, Antigua. Clean up, make the noise, until the ball, 2 feet, Freedom Row! Let's go, Liberty! African music. Welcome to Antigua, please.
Shaking the hands of CEO and race director Karsten Herren Olsen.
Ladies and gentlemen, we just witnessed the arrival of Team from South Africa. Thank for the president of the 2005 Gentlemen. Let's give it up for freedom! Well done, Pete. It's early morning, some have been asleep, some haven't. It's coming.
Priorities. Growing for the Small Things Foundation, who make a difference in the lives of underprivileged children.
For the beautiful South African flag. We love you! Come on, everyone! Come on! Yeah! Let's go, Pete! So, Pete, early morning in Antigua, you have just crossed the Atlantic Ocean. Your family have almost crossed the Atlantic Ocean. They have been traveling for God knows how many hours, days to be here. They came last night. They're here waiting for you. Would you like to step on them? Cannot, please, yeah.
Oh,
Welcome to Antigua, Pete.
so ready.
Thanks, Robo. Thank you.
As I was saying, he's rowing for the charity, the Small Things Foundation, which make a difference in the lives of underprivileged children in South Africa, supporting the grassroots project.
As a rower, Pete, as a solo rower, you're never rowing alone.
Grassroots project, the local surf lounge academy, who transform the lives of street children, turning them into surfers.
It's time to step on to the podium.
He's just getting a shirt.
Peter is getting on board again. Time will tell what that means.
As he stepped onto his boat, he said, "I'm not rowing."
It's very rare we see rowers get on board and row back again. And the podium can be a bit wobbly as well. But that being said, Pete, you walk way better than some of the people coming down here to the dockyard this night. Straight from the nightclub. So, ladies and gentlemen, what we all just witnessed here on this early morning in Antigua was the arrival of freedom rower Pete from South Africa, making his crossing in a time of 45 days for the We have Peter here with a certificate of achievement and the Atlantic t-shirt that we see many people wearing these days around English Harbour and Antigua in general. So give a big applause for Pete! So Pete, first of all, welcome to Antigua. Many people are here. It's been a bit of a challenging night in terms of ETAs. We went from 6 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock, and then back to 2. But now we're here, and that's the most important thing. And well done, a beautiful entrance to English Harbour. A seed was planted in you like 10 years ago when you saw and heard about the race. So that's 10 years ago. Now you have done your crossing. What are your first thoughts here on dry land?
Well, I'm actually just overwhelmed that there's actually people here to come in. It's incredible. And I've had the day contemplating this and thinking about this, and it's just incredible. It's a dream for so long that's sort of been realized today. And it was very, very hard at times out there. I think this race, this row, this ocean really can take you to places physically, mentally, emotionally, where you've never been before. And when you think you were there yesterday, it just takes you there again tomorrow and into a next level. So it's incredible, but very happy, very satisfied, happy with the row, and yeah, thank you.
A big applause for that. So you have a tagline, I think it says one row, one smile. Still smiling.
I must say I did run out of smiles at times. I tried to not, but I did at times. But eventually, after call it the frustration burst out, it came back in a few minutes. So yeah, I think one row and with a smile.
Make the smile!
Do we want to see a smile? That's beautiful. The first week of the race, well, maybe 10 days, was quite tough for most of the fleet. High seas and strong weather. How was your first week?
Yeah, I think I thought I'm going to take the first few days to just acclimatize and get used to the boat, and then that changed on the first night. so yeah, it felt to me at times like I was in a washing machine, bouncing around. And it was that first week was just surviving, and while rowing, I've thought back about that first week, and I can't even remember much. I just remember that it was just surviving for days. I can't remember days. I've got no proper recollection. Yeah.
But you're here, and you have definitely a great experience to look back on. The biggest challenge out there while you're out on the ocean for 45 days.
I think for me, the race got long. I understand that's part of the challenge. If the race had to call it end and around the halfway stage, it would have been a total different race for me, but it just started getting long.
But you are here, Pete, and you did your journey and you're crossing of the Atlantic Ocean 3,000 miles, starting in La Gomera last year, 13th of December. You're now here in beautiful Antigua. When the sunrise comes, you will see how beautiful it is, and your beautiful family is here. Travel, I don't know, 1 or 2 days to get here. As I said, they came here last night to see this incredible moment of yours, and we have all been part of your journey, so thank you for that. Let's give Pete, Freedom Rower, a big hip hip hooray for his 45 days, 22 hours and 57 minutes crossing. Pete, hip hip! Hooray! Hip hip! Hooray! Hip hip! Hooray! Before you go to the table with a fresh meal and some cold drinks, we have a live interview on YouTube with Charlotte. So we do that down the step here, and then people might hang around a little bit. It's morning, so no reason to go to bed now. And thank you for showing up, but a big applause to Pete.
Finally, your feet on solid ground.
It doesn't feel solid.
So you said that was very long. Yeah, it felt really long. How did you reframe your mind in those times?
Well, I just knew that there's nothing else you can do. You just got to keep on going, and those slower days just meant, another day that had to be done. So I just knew you had to keep on going, and that's all you can do. Yeah.
Just keep going.
Yeah.
And so what was that feeling like then when you rode around the corner into English Harbour?
I'm still like a bit overwhelmed, it's incredible. I don't know. I don't know how to yeah.
You seemed like the emotion really took you over. As soon as you realized you were moments away from the finish line, you seemed to just kind of...
I think to do something like this, you've got to put your heart and everything into it. And when you do that, that's when things like this happen, And my heart was in it. Yeah, it's what it is.
Can't believe it's been so long since I chatted to you there in the boat park, right?
Yeah.
And we followed you during your inspection. Look at that. Look how far you've come. Amazing. You've got your friends and family and lots of people back home commenting and watching. What would you like to say to them?
Well, yeah, from my side, thanks everyone. It's incredible the support I've received. I never anticipated this. Just like tonight, I thought I'm going to arrive here with a few people standing around, and I think and I'll expand in South Africa on this message, but channel the support that everyone's given me into supporting someone else on some other venture, and helping them to reach their dreams and to change lives and to make the world a better place.
Oh, you've done just that. Would you like to say anything in Afrikaans?
You caught me there. Nee, ek is baie trots om uit Suid-Afrika uit hierdie reis te doen. Alles uit Suid-Afrika uit. En ek dink dit maak die hele ding bietjie moeiliker, maar what a journey, en baie trots op en trots op Suid-Afrika. Yeah.
Oh, wonderful. And all with a smile.
Yeah, I tried.
Thank you, Piet. Enjoy
Thank
that
you.
first drink, that real drink that will quench your thirst as you wanted.
I think I said to you guys on the boat, I've been thirsty for about 45 days now. So I don't know when it's going to stop. So let's see.
Hopefully not too long.
Thank you.
Thank you. Head Safety Officer Ian Couch.
Let's give Pete a big applause on his way out here. Well done, Pete. And thank you so much for coming down to Uganda. Sunday morning, you're going to have a beautiful day here in Uganda. Monday, we have 3 arrivals within 2 hours, I think. EJ is coming out shortly.
Freedom Rower is in, our 20th team to arrive. And yeah, like he said, we asked him what he was most looking forward to, and one of them was to step onto dry land where it wasn't moving. We did warn him that it would still feel like it is. And also that wanting to have a drink, just like water, because the water maker uses the seawater, takes out all the salt and everything else. And he said that never really quenched his thirst. So hopefully it won't take long for him to be quenched. Okay, as Carsten said, 3 teams to arrive tomorrow, Monday morning, the 29th of January. So all women's teams of 4, Tide Waves and Ace of Blaze look like they're battling it out there. So we'll see who gets across the finish line first. And right behind them is Eurosafe Blue Atlantics. And we're looking at timings being between sort of 10 a.m. all the way through to 1 p.m. With those 3 teams. It's a day away. Things can change. So keep your eye on the tracker, keep your eye on our updates, and we will keep you informed as to when those times will change, depending on their speeds. And we look forward to seeing you in a day. Thanks for watching.
Oh,